Hello everyone, it's me, Chris Pajak, here with the Red Men Fan Interactive Show.
What are you doing?
Oh, God.
What are you doing? Have you started?
I'm sorry, Chris.
You've started?
Yeah, I
Why?
just wants to be famous, Chris.
Get here. Get out. Get back in your stupid room. You stupid people. You bloody idiot. What are you playing at? Joe, you really annoyed me. Have we actually started? Joe?
Yes, Chris, we've started. I'm sorry, Chris.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fan Interactive Show. Did you have glasses on then?
Yes, Chris. They were your spare glasses.
Can you at least put me on the screen? Right, sorry everybody. Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV Fan Interactive Show. I am Chris Pajak. That fool through there is Joe, naughty Joe. We've got loads of things for you coming up on today's show. So a little rundown of what we've got coming up. We're going to be talking about James Maddison. We're going to be talking Rodrigo Bentancur, Christian Pulisic. I'm going to be ranking every Liverpool transfer target, with a star because I've forgotten a few. Enzo Fernandez, we're going to look into him and a little bit of a stats review on him. And we're going to be talking Mohamed Kudus throughout the show. We do listen to you guys, so I just wanted to get started by saying the idea for us for this show is that we wanted to create a show that gets more people involved. Now, I realise that might not be everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. We actually do a podcast prior to doing this show. If you just want it in bite-sized form, just the news headlines, we are doing a small podcast. I can get that on the Redmen TV podcast feeds in Apple, Spotify, wherever you want to get it, basically. So if you just want the news and that's it, if you want to have a bit of fun with us and get involved in the show, stay for this. But yeah, that's the idea behind this show. We just wanted to get more involved with each and every one of you guys. So yeah, if you like that, sound. If you just want the headlines, we've got you covered there too. But a story that I wanted to bring up because it's sort of broken the last sort of couple of hours and stuff is that I just wanted to reach out and say from me and from everybody at Redmen TV, we wish Lucas Leiva all the best. You can see it on my screen now on the Echo. Former Liverpool midfielder Lucas Leiva was pulled from training at Gremio after a heart problem was detected during routine screening. The 35-year-old returned to his boyhood club in the summer, 15 years after leaving Anfield. So they found something that's a problem. The statement read, and we're going to get that up on the screen for you now. The Gremio Medical Department communicates that the athlete Lucas Leiva presented in the pre-season routine exams a picture of alteration of the cardiac rhythm and consequently is removed from physical activities until the conclusion of complementary exams and treatment of the picture, which is obviously absolutely devastating for Lucas. I think for me, he's one of football's absolute good guys. I mean, been lucky enough to meet over the last few years a lot of ex-Liverpool players and Liverpool players. I've got to tell you that Lucas Leiva, for me, is up there, probably, if not at the top three people I've ever met in football, because for a start, he invited us over to his house a few years ago when he moved over to Lazio, and we got to interview him there in his own space, which was just one of the best experiences that I've ever had. And it wasn't just what we spoke to him about on the shows. It was, we got in his car and he gave us a lift back somewhere where we could actually get a taxi from and stuff. And he spoke about Liverpool. He spoke about the people of Liverpool and the supporters of Liverpool Football Club. And he genuinely is one of the best people I've ever met in my life. And I hope he recovers. I hope he's able to play football again. And I wish him all the best from me and from everybody at Redmen TV. You'll never walk alone, and you really won't, mate. So yeah, hope you get well soon, mate. And I really hope you're okay to carry on with your career, which has been incredible, really, considering. So into the news then. I'm having some problems with me screen here, so Joe, I'm gonna have to just mess around with this. It's already gone off once. Not that you guys understand what this is, but this is the second time it's happened during this live stream already. And I can't get your comments up, so I'm going to have another little go at that and hope this time that it actually works. Let's see what we can do here. So, I'm sure the love will be pouring in for Lucas Leiva regardless.
It is.
I'm going to have to just sack that screen off, to be honest with you, mate, because it is not working at all. I now can't tell what the hell is going on the chat. But we will conquer these problems together, I'm sure of that. Marley Mack says, I love you, Lucas Leiva. Rachel Todd says, Lucas, get well soon. Faye Southall, hi Faye, says, Lucas, get well soon, you'll never walk alone. There's a big You'll Never Walk Alone from JG100 as well. Everyone loves Lucas, says Black Mufu. And X_Z's channel, get well soon, Lucas. So I'm going to get back into this now. I'm just going to have to reorder these tabs a little bit. So we're going to start with the first story of the day. And that is that Leicester City set the sale price for James Maddison. So Liverpool have been linked with James Maddison. Kind of caught me a little bit by surprise, this one. And yeah, it's a it's a translated website. Once again, it's from ficadjez.net. Ficadjez.net. Okay, I'm sure they're on it when it comes to Liverpool and Leicester rumours. Leicester City sets the sale price for James Maddison. Newcastle was close to closing its incorporation in the last summer transfer market, and we'll try again in winter. I think what they're trying to say there is they nearly signed James Maddison in the summer. They're going to try and sign him again this winter. Let's have a look. We've got a price here set at 60 million euros apparently, because his contract runs out in the summer of 2024. So it has become one of the main objectives of several important Premier League teams, such as Newcastle, Liverpool and Arsenal. And his contractual situation has turned it into a market opportunity because his contract ends in the summer of 2024. Now, that's a lot of business wanker speech, if you ask me. But what they're saying is Newcastle, Liverpool, Arsenal, all linked with James Maddison. I can't really tell you that I think that Liverpool will sign James Maddison, because I don't see how he would make us better, for one. I don't see how he'd fit into our squad, even with the injuries that we've got, for two. And I honestly think his time for going to a big club is probably over. I think maybe 1 or 2 years ago he'd made the move, but right now, look, his best position is probably a 10, isn't it? Does that help us with our Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz problem in any way, shape or form? No, not really. Do we buy a player that doesn't really fit into our system? Yes. Are we going to do that? No, that's stupid, isn't it? Could we see... The only way I could see us signing James Maddison is if we play him as a 10 and we play Mo and Nunes as a narrow 2. And then you can spell Bobby in there if you want, and Harvey Elliott in there, or you could spell Nunes or Salah with Roberto Firmino or something. I think it's a bit of a mad one, this. I'll be ranking where we are, where I actually, if I think this is real or not, a little bit later on in the video. Because obviously we're doing the first Red Men TV tier list today, and I can't wait for that. So I'm going to get into some of the comments and stuff now. Let's have a little look-see. Okay, let's start with this one. Ashley Frith. Always thought Maddison was a decent player, but not right now for us, in my opinion. SC Chris, I think you need a sausage and a melted cheese balm to cheer you up. I do not need a sausage and a melted cheese balm, you weirdo. No one would have a sausage and melted cheese balm. In fact, you've been answered by Patrick Westmore, who just says, no way. No way. Scraps, he does fit. What? He's mad. Plays a few positions. Okay, fair enough. Where does he play for me, please? And here you go. People agree with me. There's 05 says makes no sense now. So there you go. That's what we think of that. Do you think that James Maddison would fit in at Liverpool Football Club? Do we have a space for him? Okay. Okay, here we go. Here's a good one. MP Daniels in our Club Legend Discord. He doesn't fit. He's a tart and a crybaby. Philip Jamieson just says, yeah, I can't see it. I can't see it. Maddison, not for me, says Mike Andrew. So there we go. We'll move on to our second story. And this one is Rodrigo Bentancur. And I've got to be honest, the real reason that I have included this story in today's Fan Interactive show is because it's been reported by Crack Deportivo. Yes, I find the word crack funny on multiple levels. I couldn't find anything else about crack. That's that. There was no joke. So, we'll have to look at this article from elcrackdeportivo.com, thecrackdeportivo.com. They've thankfully highlighted the bit for me this time around that is actually talking about Liverpool, and I love this bit. After having surprised in mouth and leaving for Juventus before his passage through the Tottenham, Bentancur now it is desired by the Real Madrid, Liverpool and Manchester United. In this way, oh, that's irrelevant. Let's just break that down. And having it surprised in mouth and leaving Juventus, not sure what that means. I think they think it was surprising that he left for Juventus. Before his passage through the Tottenham, yeah, Bentancur now it is desired. He is desired by Real Madrid, Liverpool and Manchester United. Will Liverpool sign Bentancur? Probably not. Is Bentancur a good player? Yes, absolutely is a good player. Will Tottenham Hotspur sell him to Liverpool or Manchester United? No way. No way, shape or form. That just ain't happening. Will they sell him to Real Madrid? Maybe, if we get Jude Bellingham. And maybe, if we get Enzo Fernandez. Can I see Liverpool signing Bentancur? You'll have to find out for the tier list a little bit later on. Is there any more to the story than that? No. Should I have included it? No. Did I include it because of the word crack? Yes. Yes, I did. I'm so sorry, everybody. So I'm going to get back into some of the chat now. Bentancur will be all right. He'll be all right, but only if he isn't FSG's new signing for this next 6 years. Matthew Vaughan, great point. What have we got here? I've clicked the wrong one. I'd rather something more realistic, like Mbappe, says Philip Jameson. Joe, what hoodie has Pajak got on there? Joe, what hoodie have I got on there, mate?
It's like Apple-branded Ibu Canate.
It's Ibu.
Like an iPhone, I see.
You know this. Oh, wait, Shaw Granger says, Benta no way. And Face Alpha says he's not a Liverpool player, which is absolutely correct. So there you go. There's what we're thinking about the Bentancur one. Got some new members today. We got Dean, Bar Swathak, Martin Hartley, Steve Foster, Edward Joseph 1808. What does that say? I can't even read my own writing. Matthew Alexander maybe, and Raul Gonzalez. Thank you so much for joining us, YouTube member. If you want to know how to join on YouTube, it's actually really difficult. I found out last night. If you're watching on your mobile phone, you have to drag the live chat down, then go down underneath the title, there's a little join button. That's where it is. If you're watching on desktop, there's probably just a little join button, but I've not checked it out. You think I would have, but I didn't. I didn't at all. And why would I? Because I'm an idiot. So there you go. Got a short break coming up now. Then we'll be talking Christian Pulisic and ranking every Liverpool transfer target in a tier list after the break.
Hello all you wonderful festive people out there. Just to let you know, we are running an incredible Advent competition on Redmen Plus throughout December. We are entering into week 2. We have already given away this, an auto pen signed Mohamed Salah framed shirt, a signed Michael Owen medal, but there is plenty more awesome Liverpool themed prizes still to come. The main prize on the immediate horizon is that right there, Crown Paint's retro Liverpool away shirt signed by Ronnie Whelan and by the most decorated goalkeeper in Liverpool history, Bruce Grobbelaar. On top of that, we've still got loads of other bits and pieces away, signed books, merch and more leading up to this on Christmas Day, the coup de grace. Phil Thompson, Liverpool legend, as a player and as an assistant manager, and Jamie Carragher, Liverpool legendary centre-half, both signing a 2001 Liverpool away shirt with the FA Cup final, Cardiff 2001 stitching on it as well. An absolutely wonderful, unique piece of Liverpool memorabilia, and that is the King Dingaling prize, still up for grabs, as well as, of course, giving you access if you join and get yourself into the hat for these things by going to redmenplus.com and joining as a club legend. You're also going to get amazing content. The football is coming back very, very soon indeed, and we're going to have you covered. We've got documentaries, features, interviews, and club legends also get to join our Discord and get free merchandise as well. So yeah, not only do you get all that boss stuff, you'll also get entered into the draws for these incredible prizes as well. So yes, join us daily as we give stuff away. Make sure your name's in the hat by either upgrading from club captain or joining simply at redmenplus.com as a club legend tier subscriber. All the best.
Hello everybody, we're back. I'm trying to sort the laptop out. You caught me, you cheeky ones. You big cheeky ones. I didn't quite get it sorted, but we are close to getting it sorted. I've forgotten what I was supposed to be doing now because I spent the entire break doing that.
Wheel of
We've
names.
got an advent calendar draw. Joe, is that right?
Yep. The Wheel of Names.
The Wheel of Names. Every one of our club legends is in the Wheel of Names, and we are giving away this Mohamed Salah best in the world t-shirt. Well, that's not true actually. It's not this one. It's one that might fit you in a colour that you like. So we will be giving that away today in our Red Men Advent extravaganza, for want of thinking about it before I started talking. I'm going to click to spin it right now. Spin, 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 spin. Big Chris 034. Well done, Chris. You won it yourself.
What size is that?
That is an extra large. If you're an extra large, you can have this one.
Well, he is big.
Yes, he is. Chris, we'll reach out to you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for being a club legend. You've now won yourself a best in the world Mohamed Salah t-shirt. I hope you're proud of yourself. I hope you're very happy, and I hope you enjoy the t-shirt. And I hope you pick a colour and a size that you like, because that's the way to do it. And somebody's asking me here, do you have an awesome woman cave? I don't personally have my own woman cave, but I have access to a woman cave. Sorry, everybody. Are you sniggering there?
Oh, no, not me.
Sounds like you're sniggering.
What did you mean by woman cave?
The same thing that Paul meant in the advert.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Apparently, Christian Pulisic is wanted across Europe ahead of the January transfer window in our next topic. Now, look, I know I said that I don't think that Liverpool will be signing Bentancur from Tottenham anytime soon, because I don't think Tottenham will sell to Liverpool. And so I suppose it should fall under the category of Liverpool are not going to sign Christian Pulisic because Chelsea are not going to sell him to Liverpool Football Club. But allow me to just disregard what I said earlier on in the video and tell you why this one, for me, actually sounds like something Liverpool would try. Whether that happens or not, I have no idea. I actually quite like Christian Pulisic. I think he's a really good player, and that's probably because he always seems to annoy me when we play Chelsea. So according to 90min.com, a number of teams across Europe are keen to sign Chelsea's Pulisic on loan in January. 90 Min understands, but the Blues are divided over the Americans' next move. So, down here, sources have confirmed to 90 Min that both Newcastle and Liverpool are interested in January loan deal, but Chelsea are reluctant to bolster a Premier League rival and would prefer to send the 24-year-old overseas. The likes of AC Milan and Inter Milan are actually linked. So, I suppose on this one, first of all, before we sort of drill down into why I think Pulisic could be a possibility for Liverpool, I'm finding it interesting that Newcastle United are getting linked with all the same players as us. This feels, and I know we've been talking about it for a while now, how Newcastle are going to, at some point over the next few years, become maybe the next Manchester City because of the money that they've got. They're going to become one of the top teams in the league. I think it's almost inevitable, to be honest with you. This is actually the starting point of that, isn't it? Now, they might not get those players right away. They might get the players that come in for the big money, that are only looking for money, when vying for somebody's signature with the likes of a Liverpool, a Chelsea, a Tottenham, a Manchester United. But with Eddie Howe at the helm, with Newcastle playing well, it's interesting already that these things have started. That's not only Pulisic, but it was also Maddison, wasn't it? That they've both been linked with, and Liverpool have as well. So this is the start. This is how this all starts. I remember it well from Manchester City. And what I think, you know, if you think back to the early 2010s or whatever, what do we call that period in time? It was 90s, noughties. What was the next period? Joe?
The 10s?
Was it? Should we not have called it like the teenage years or something?
I don't know. I grew up during those years as well, and even I don't know.
Does anyone know what we're supposed to call it? Because 10 sounds weird, doesn't it? I don't know. Anyway, I digress. If you could let me know in the comments, that would be much appreciated, though. This is what happened when Liverpool were not quite at Champions League level, and Tottenham Hotspur, maybe it was earlier than the 2010s, I don't remember now. But we were always going for the same players as a Tottenham or a Chelsea, but we weren't quite as good as certainly Chelsea. And the Willians of this world would go to Chelsea. Maybe we're still in that boat now. When Liverpool are interested, Liverpool get the player. But over the course of the next few years, let's make no bones about it. Newcastle are very much going to be in the running for all these types of players, and they're going to start getting them. 10 sounds weird, but he's okay with the noughties. I mean, that wasn't me. Look, Simon. Simon says 10 sound weird, but he's okay with us. I like what you've done there. That's really good. Someone just at me in Discord, but I can't see the Discord, so I'm assuming you atted me somewhere else. Okay, here we go, MP Daniels. The teens. Nobody's calling it the teens. Surely nobody's calling it the teens. Bro calls footy soccer. We can't sign him, said Kieran Heaney. I got a lot of stick for a faux rant on soccer and football and all that type of stuff the other day. I don't really care if American people call it soccer or not. It doesn't bother me in any way, shape or form. But I do like to have outrage at things for no apparent reason. That was one of those things. So don't have a pop. It was just me messing around. Face Alpha says the teenies? No. SC. The prime years. No, don't be ridiculous. The prime years were the 90s. Surely. The least loved of all of the decades, and yet I was in my absolute prime in the 90s. Oh, yes. Maybe early noughties. I was naughty in the noughties. You knew it was coming, didn't you? I'm really sorry. I'm still naughty now. I was naughty in the teens. I was naughty in the noughties. And I'm naughty in the 20s. I'm 40 in the 20s. Jesus Christ, that's terrible, isn't it? Back on to Pulisic then. So one of the things, and this is, I'm sorry if you're here just for the news, this is part of it. It's all just the show that we wanted to do and speak to you guys and have a little bit of a as I say, there is a podcast version where I just talk about the news stories. If you want that, you're more than welcome to it in all your podcast places. So I think this is the type of deal that FSG would want. All the reasons that we've said over the last few years, whenever Liverpool have been linked with Christian Pulisic, still stand true to me. He's still American. They're still American. It's still a big market for them trying to continue to dominate over in America. He's a good player. He's still young. He can play in multiple positions across the front line. That's kind of where that comes from. But also, he's friggin' cheap. And FSG are cheap, so why wouldn't FSG try and get a cheap option that bolsters their asset in a territory that they know really well? And certainly if it was on loan, could that mean, if he's available for loan, could Liverpool pay money for him? I doubt it. Would we have to pay quite a big loan fee? I guess so. Can I see it happening? Probably not. But I can definitely see FSG wanting, or Liverpool wanting to make it happen. I shouldn't say FSG because it's not FSG. But yeah, I can definitely understand that. Yeah, Jono, you're absolutely spot on here, by the way. if we have nationality dictating transfers, then I'm worried. Yeah, you're absolutely spot on. And I shouldn't have said FSG. It might be not a deciding factor, but it might be an added bonus for them. I don't think it will be a deciding factor. I really don't. I've misspoken there. So you're absolutely spot on there. SC says, I remember the 10s, the Pajak nude years. Yeah, this is true also. Late teens, I seem to remember. Okay, well, let's just move it on one more time then. Not Enzo Fernandez. We're not doing Enzo Fernandez. No, this is so much harder with one screen, Joe. So much harder with one screen. Okay, let's rank. It's ranking time. It's ranking time. I've got these tabs in the wrong order as well. So, I have created my very own tier list. I'm just going to try and sort the screen out here. There we go. And I've added a few players at the bottom of it. So, we've got Amrabat, we've got Enzo Fernandez, we've got James Maddison, we've got Jude Bellingham, we've got Bentancur, we've got Kudos, we've got Christian Pulisic, we've got Cody Gakpo, we've got Jeremy Doku, we've got Jobe Bellingham, and we've got Kylian Mbappe. And now I am going to rank my tier list in terms of, are we going to sign them? We've got 100%, we're signing him. We're very much interested in him. I can't see it happening. It's a steaming pile of poo, and I have absolutely no idea. But what I did ask is all of our wonderful Discord subscribers to go and fill this in for me as well. So in our tier lists over here, you can see they've actually helped me build it. And then we've put some tier lists in here. So who was that? CZ Red says, we're 100% signing Jude Bellingham. We're very much interested in Amrabat and Enzo Fernandez. Can't see Gakpo and Kudos. Stephen Palapoo to Maddison, Pulisic and Mbappe. No clue about Bentancur, Doku or Jobe Bellingham. Antonio says, we're 100% signing Jude and Enzo Fernandez. We're very much interested in Amrabat. I can't see it with Mbappe, Bentancur, Kudos, Gakpo, Doku, Jobe, Pulisic and James Maddison are both steaming pile of poo. There we go. Scott T says, we're 100% signing Jude, Jobe and Amrabat. Interesting. We're very much interested in Enzo Fernandez and Kudos. I can't see it with James Maddison, Pulisic and Gakpo. Steaming pile of poo is Bentancur and Doku, and I have absolutely no idea about Kylian Mbappe. Russ says, we're 100% signing Jude Bellingham. We're very much interested in Enzo and Amrabat. I can't see it. Is Kudos, Bentancur, Jobe, Mbappe and Maddison. A steaming pile of poo is Pulisic, and I have absolutely no idea about Gakpo and Jeremy Doku. Russ, that was Russ. Redland says, we're 100% signing Jude. We're very much interested in Enzo. They're the two main ones, aren't we? Let's just go to them as well. Big Papa Pump says, we're 100% signing Jude and Enzo. We're very much interested in Amrabat. Lots of people thinking, Abe, we're 100% signing Jude and we're interested in in Enzo, sorry. Stephen White says, 100% signing Jude. Enzo, we're very much interested in Amrabat. And also says we're signing Silva because he's added that himself, Jude and Enzo, and we're very much interested in Gakpo and Amrabat. And Paul Stockel says Enzo and Amrabat are the ones we're signing. Jude, Gakpo and Kudos are the ones that we're interested in. Finally then Jith, 100% signing Jude and Enzo, and we're very much interested in Amrabat. So I'm going to give you my tier list right now, and I need you guys to let me know whether I'm right or wrong. So I'm going to start with Amrabat. I think we're interested in him, you know. I think Liverpool are interested in him. I don't know whether we should be. I feel like his performances for Morocco have been absolutely brilliant, but it's got a smattering of Dejan Lovren at Southampton to Dejan Lovren at Liverpool. Like, completely different system. I know he's a centre-back, Dejan, and Amrabat's a centre midfielder and all that type of stuff. But I just feel like the way that Morocco play suits his game, and Liverpool don't play like that. I believe for Fiorentina, he plays a slightly different role, which is a bit more like the potential Liverpool role. and he's not actually as good as he has been in the World Cup. In fact, I'm going to change it to I can't see it. Okay, just going to change it right there. Let me know what you think in the comments section, of course. I'm going to go Enzo Fernandez. Oh, you know what? This is tough. Do I put him in 100% signing? Do I believe that Liverpool are 100% signing anybody? That is the question. I think we're very much interested in Enzo Fernandez. And we'll talk a little bit more about why later on in the show. But for now, I'm going to leave him there. I might change this a little bit later on. Jono says, we only get Amrabat if we're desperate in January because our big targets aren't available. That's a good point, actually, and I probably agree with that and with you. So, move on then. James Maddison. Oh, this is tough now. Do I put him in 100% signing him? No. I know I just said that I can see Liverpool wanting to sign somebody like Christian Pulisic. I think the James Maddison ones, though, are actually a steaming pile of poo. I don't think there's any way we're going to be in for him whatsoever. Jude Bellingham. I think that's easy for me. I think we're very much interested in him. But are we going to sign him? That's dependent on a lot of factors. For starters, getting him in the Champions League's one of them. I think we know that. Although there are pieces out there that say it doesn't actually matter. It could be about the project and stuff like that. If I had to put a percentage on are we going to sign him, I would go it's 60-40 Liverpool over Real Madrid right now. And therefore, I can't put him into we're 100% signing him because I'm 60% that we're going to sign him. Bentancur, that's easy. It's a steaming pile of poo. Kudos, I think it's already, I think we are interested in him, or certainly have been. So I'm going to leave him in that category. Christian Pulisic. Oh, I think it's easy to put it in a steaming pile of poo. But I'm just going to put it in I can't see it because I actually do think Liverpool probably would be interested in him. Gakpo, I have absolutely no idea whether we're interested in Gakpo whatsoever. Jeremy Doku, I can't see it. Jobe Bellingham, steaming pile of poo, just to make people think that we're going to sign Jude Bellingham. That's as simple as that one is for me. And Kylian Mbappe. Right now, I think it's a steaming pile of poo. I don't think that Liverpool are going to be interested in Kylian Mbappe. I'm going to add players to this tier list as we go forwards. Let's have a little look at some of the comments then. So we've got, Chris, I love how you had your opinion on Amrabat and proceeded to talk yourself into a different tier. I'm very malleable when it comes to opinions on football. Stephen Ryder says, Maddison, not a chance. Yeah, well, he went into Stephen Palapoo, so you're absolutely spot on. Rachel Todd said, Maddison, no. Let's have a look. Let's go right to the bottom there. Cop Council, hello, thank you for joining us, mate. Appreciate it. Jude, 100%. If you want to play along with this, I might be able to. Can we put links in the comments?
Yeah, I'll put it in the description if you want.
Yeah. Let me just see. Don't share my screen at the moment, and we'll see if we can share this. If anyone wants to do this and tweet at the Redmen TV, then please do. And then I can actually see what we can actually do a community rank on this type of stuff. So I'm going to share on Twitter, and then I'm just going to take it. What do I have to do? Just put it in. Just WhatsApp it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, dokie. I'll just WhatsApp it to you, mate.
Okay.
Joe Baker, Redmen. There you go.
Has it got Redmen on the end?
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh my!
I've got to differentiate you from the other Joe Bakers I know.
Yeah, all 0 of them. Ugh, disgrace.
Sorry, mate. It is what it is, man. Does it have a community rank? There's no community rank. We need to rank it now. I don't know how to do this. If you want to have a go, tweet at the Redmen TV, and we'll see what you guys think of that. LFC Mav says 732 people watching, but only 91 likes. Spam the likes, please, Red. Thank you very much, mate. Chris says, that Jude not happening. Sorry, he's 120 million. And we've got here from Shane Almond, Pulisic, I actually think could happen. Klopp and FSG have been fans of him for a while, and I do see it. Yeah, you're sort of with me on that one, Shane. Thank you. CFM 200. Ordered my believer sweater late Sunday night and got an email that was dispatched first thing Monday morning. Thank you, Redmen, for wasting no time. Appreciate that, mate. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it's on its way. You will like it. I am absolutely sure of that. So Joe has just put in the tier maker. So you can go and do yours, take a little screenshot of it, fire it over on Twitter at the Redmen TV. That's cool, and we'll get an idea of what everybody thinks. Again, like just on this one, I'm going to go back onto that screen in a second now, put it into presentation mode, because I can do that, is that if anyone's 100% on these, and they 100% think we're signing a player, can you let me know who it is? Just say 100% this guy, 100% Enzo Fernandez, for example. If I had to pick right now, Jude Bellingham is the number 1 target. I think Enzo Fernandez is the number 2 target. And I think everybody else falls in line. They're backups for those 2 players. So I could maybe be talked around into Amrabat if the other 2 aren't signed. But if they're still available, then Amrabat, I can't see it. If those 2 become unavailable, then Amrabat probably goes up into the we're interested category. Steeman Palapu, yeah, I think, look, right now Mbappe doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Maddison, no. Bentancur, no. Jobe Bellingham, I just think that's lazy journalism linking him with us. I honestly have no clue about Cody Gakpo. Doku, can't see it happening. It was a link a while ago. Pulisic, I could see happening, but I just can't see it in the Chelsea there. So there you go. Let me know if you like that little section. I thought it would do something a little bit different for you, and we can always add people on. Okay. Let's see this one. 100%, says Peter Connor. Jude. Where's that gone? This is going really slowly. Yeah, 100% Jude. Let's have a look at this one as well. Butterpants, I believe when we get Jude, then we don't spend big on another player. You're probably right there, to be fair. 100% on Mbappe if we get Saudi investments, says Philip Jameson. I am 1... I don't know that number. trillion% Jude, no question. Shane Almond, 100% Jude. SC says 100% a new James Milner contract.
I think that was 10 trillion.
Was it 10 trillion?
I think so.
Oh, God, come on. That's mad, isn't it? Jacob Weddle as well, 100% Jude. See, I don't know where you're getting this confidence from, because how could you possibly say right now that we're 100% Jude? But people, this is why we need your photographs. You need to tweet us them at the Redmen TV on, obviously, Twitter. So there you go. That has been the tier list thing that I wanted to do today. We filled in the YouTube members, so I'm going to go over to the subscriber board, and I've got a few subscribers to put on the board today, ranging from places like Wickford to Brackley and Tennessee. So let's see. Let's go to the board.
Chris, stop where you are. I've left last night's question until now for a reason.
Okay.
No, stay in the middle. Can you please dance for us? Do interpretive dance on how you would feel if we signed Jude Bellingham. That was the question.
Okay. I'm just going to take the mic off for a second.
Understandable.
Interpretive dance.
Yep.
And how we'd feel.
If Jude Bellingham signed.
This is dangerous. Okay. It's very dangerous in this room with all these cameras and all these wires.
You know, they say restrictions can be a good thing in art.
Yeah, I'm just feeling like I don't know if I've got the space to do what I want to do, to be honest with you.
Oh, you've got an idea.
Well, I do have a little bit of an idea. I also have now realised that I haven't got a microphone on. So I'm going to put the microphone back on. Interpretive dance. Jesus wept. If we sign Jude Bellingham, I can't do what I was going to do, So, I don't know. I can't get the idea of what I was going to do out of my head. This is probably a little bit of like what it would be like. Like, what are we doing? Have we actually signed Jude Bellingham? I don't know. I can't think of anything, mate. And what I wanted to do won't fit. Sorry, everybody. It's a Larry letdown. So we're over at the subscriber board instead.
Ooh.
Sorry, maybe I'll think of something and do it on the way back. What have we got right now? We have got to put subscribers on a map. So, wish me luck. We've got Copyright 1986 from Wickford in Great Britain. Wickford is London ways.
Just northeast of London.
Sort of here. You can't see that, my body's in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's on the board.
Yeah.
We've got MPW32 as a club captain from Jakarta in Indonesia. One of these islands over here.
We talked about this, Chris.
I know, but we talked about it. Was it this one? Was it this one?
Below. The one below.
This one?
Yeah. To the left. Left.
Ah,
All the way to the left. Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. We got Raleigh, North Carolina. JS Dev. North Carolina is like here.
Yep.
Okay. We've got TN Red from Maryville, Tennessee.
Neighbour.
This one?
Yep.
Thank you so much, TN Red. We've got Rory G from Belfast. Belfast up here.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't actually talk about that one. I'm so glad I got
I
it
assume
right.
you know where that was.
Well, you assume. Buddha, Texas is Mig Z Tigglesy. Texas is like down here, innit?
Mm-hmm. Just outside of Austin, this is.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly where I put the pin. Thank you for that. Velvis 71 from Kleppest in Norway. Norway is this one. There.
Yep.
Okay. We've got JB Chua from Manila in the Philippines. We spoke about this.
We did.
Yeah, no idea. Can't remember.
Would
It's
you
over
like
here.
Would you like a clue?
Yeah,
It's just underneath Taiwan.
cool. So it's still over here somewhere.
Yeah, so eastern China and then down.
Down here. How
No.
far?
No,
Where?
no, that's not the east. Yes, that's the down, down. That one, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Lanel, is it Lanelli
Mm-hmm.
in Wales
By Swansea.
by Swansea. Down here.
Yep.
Pins are getting harder to put in. And Sam Thomason from Brackley in Great Britain. Brackley is near Oxford, isn't it? Here.
Yes. Yep.
There we go. Wonderful. Thank you so much to every one of our Red Men Plus subscribers. I love each and every one of you. Now it is time for me to do a dance for you. If we were to sign Jude Bellingham, then I would have to give it a little bit of there. And maybe a little bit of a whoo. And a little bit of a woo. Okay? And kick that light on my way through. Okay. Didn't want to tie myself out this time around, to be honest with you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, as always, to each and every one of you. Wee bit of Irish dancing, says CFM 200. It's pronounced Thlanley. Wow. Albert, if that is correct, why don't they spell it like that? Excuse me. Thlanley. Okay, great. Jude is going to the club who pay the most, as he will still be under contract. Borussia Dortmund don't need to sell him. Jono says, what was that? I don't know. Shane Ullman says, hell yes, love the moves. I go now, leave Jobe alone. I go now, leave Jobe alone, says Kimiko. Oh, that's cool. How have you done that with your name? It's just right, it's Welsh. Yeah, okay. And then finally, for this little segment here, have you all seen the Ghanaian politicians bantering Harry Maguire, Matthew Vaughan? No, I have not seen that, actually. it's okay. We've got arguing over Welsh now because it's a live stream and this is what people do. Matt Parsons says it's more like Llanelli, but rolled. Is that right? Hang on a minute. What have we got more Welsh chat in the comments? Wales is Cymru. Don't ask me why. All I know in Welsh is araf. Do you know what that means, Joe?
No.
You don't know what a raff means in Welsh?
No, what's it mean?
Comment, tell him. A raff. Anyone who's driven in Wales should know what a raff means.
Is it woman cave?
No, it means slow. Come on. Have you not seen it all over the floor in Wales? There we go. Look, slow, finally. Do you know any Irish, Chris? Says CMF200. The only Irish I know is a name. So
these Ghanaian politicians, by the way,
yeah,
they called his rival the economic Maguire.
Oh no, that's bad. Does he lean in and talk to girls like he's about to pull them on his little tours? What does he do? How like, what's the link to Maguire in this? He's always scoring own goals.
It's bad.
He's got a big fat head.
It's bad at economy.
He's a mank. We don't know. Pronounced Arav. I did not know that. You know, if they wanted it pronounced Arav, they should have put a V on the end instead of an F. Just saying. I'm just saying. And again, before anyone goes on and oh, Diolch, Chris. Oh yeah, Diolch. Yeah, I know that one, to be fair. So we are, and actually I know two more words. Is it 9 and tied? Is that like grandma and granddad or something, maybe? There's no V in Welsh. Why have they used a different alphabet? This is not, by the way, me having a go at Welsh people. I love Welsh people. And I don't care if they've got a different language to us. I really don't. This is what we call faux rage again. Close enough, pal. I insulted Gaelic last night. Chris is going in on the Welsh tonight. Oh, Poppity Ping. I used to know what this is. Is it? I used to know what this is. Is it like, no, it's not. Is it tennis or something? What is it?
Microwave.
Oh, microwave, yeah, because it goes poppity ping, that was it. I knew it was something along those lines. I mean, tennis not being on the same lines as microwave. I meant the sound, poppity ping, yeah, that's brilliant. That's absolutely superb. Poppity ping is microwave, says Faye. Do you know what? It's a fascinating language as Welsh, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, this is the thing, right? If you put me and asked me to listen to a Frenchman and a Welshman, or a Frenchwoman and a Welshwoman, and read the words, I would have so much more chance of getting the French words right than the Welsh. It's mad. Yeah, sorry, Chris. We are absolutely coming on to the transfer talk that is realistic anytime now. Chris McAvoy, if you've just joined us, we will be doing a little bit more chat around Enzo Fernandez. We'll also be talking a little bit about Mohamed Kudus, but as I mentioned, this is one of those sort of mad interactive shows where we just sort of go wherever we want type of thing. We do a podcast that just covers the headlines for you if you are interested, and that podcast is out now, and that's about 10 minutes long rather than an hour plus of this one. So I was going to do a deep dive into Enzo Fernandez. I'm just looking at the time. We have talked way too much about all the other stuff for now, so I'm going to skip over now to the Fabrizio Romano article, and this is actually about Mohamed Kudus. So if you can put that graphic on the screen, please, mate, rather than the Enzo Fernandez one. That's brilliant. So Fabrizio Romano analyses Liverpool prospects of exciting Ajax raid, with international star eager for a Prem switch. This is quite a good article, actually. Romano has given his information on whether Liverpool could move for Ajax's Mohamed Kudus next year, with the attacking midfielder keen to move to England. He scored 10 goals in 21 games, goals against Liverpool and Rangers in the Champions League. Due to Kudus' top performance, he went to the World Cup with Ghana as one of the most important players. Kudus did not disappoint. If we go down a little bit, On December the 1st, Team Talk exclusively revealed Liverpool to be one of 4 English sides interested in taking Kudus on board. Arsenal, Tottenham and, oh yes, you guessed it, for the 3rd time tonight, and as I mentioned, Newcastle are interested. In an interview with Court Offside, expert Romano has confirmed Liverpool have sent scouts to watch the forward in action. However, Romano is unsure whether Liverpool will submit a bid for Kudus next summer. That's because they're currently focusing on Jude Bellingham. Kudus dreams of playing in the Premier League football since a long time. He'd love to play in the Premier League, the journalist declared. He was close to joining Everton last summer, but then Ajax made the deal collapse after selling Anthony to Manchester United. Is this... Oh my God, we're having so many computer problems tonight. Okay, so let's take a moment. Let's take stock of where we are. Liverpool scouted Kudus, which doesn't necessarily mean a bid's forthcoming, I suppose. For me on this one, right now, I suppose you could look at Kudus and go, do you know what, right? Here's a player that can, maybe join us and actually help us. I don't think that we're going to be signing Kudus anytime soon. I think if we were to look to sign him, it would probably be in the summer. But you might make a decision based on Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota in the summer and to see how well they've recovered from their injuries. Obviously, Jota has been out now for, it's nearly the best part of the season and a half, isn't it, give or take? He had injury problems all last year, pretty much. He's had injury problems all this year. You might need to make a decision on Jota, and it might be, what happens with Darwin Núñez and how he plays off the left-hand side, and Luis Diaz and how he recovers. Which means, are you going to go into the market, or can Jurgen think, well, you know what, we'll go with Roberto Firmino, Salah, Diaz, Núñez and Jota again next year? Personally, I think already I'm looking at it going, we might need a 6th. But if Ben Doak comes on, if Kai Gordon comes on, then there might be, I can see Klopp going, do you know what, we've got 7 there. Maybe that's enough. But I would like personally a 6th for those 3 positions. The big one for me is the midfielders, and it always kind of has been. Certainly for the course of this season, I think we needed a midfielder in the summer. We didn't get one. The form of the side has meant that the midfielders become a massive focus. We're shipping too many goals, and I don't see that it's just down to the defence and the goalkeeper on this one. I think the midfield play a big part in that as well. And, it's a massive part of who we are, and it needs a refresh. I think Fabinho is playing nowhere near his level. I think Jordan Henderson, although he's had a great World Cup, hasn't been, he's been good, but he's past his best. And Thiago has had his injury issues as well. But, you keep him in the side, absolutely, because he's an absolute magician, obviously. So for me, if I was to pick, your dream couple of signings, I think right now Enzo Fernandez and Jude Bellingham would be the 2 players that I want Liverpool to sign out of the players that we've been linked with. Kudus, maybe in the summer. Can I see it happening? Not really. I mean, I put him where he's interested in the tier list because we've scouted him, and that makes perfect sense to me. So I'm going to get into some of the comments. Shane Allman says, I can see Kudus going to Arsenal more than us. Patrick Westmore says, why don't we loan Divock as he's not playing? There's an interesting one from Bjorn. Stick with Jones, Morton and Bajcetic. Cannoneer should have called up. Yeah, Morton, an interesting one. Bajcetic looks an absolute player, doesn't he? But I've been really, really, really impressed with him. Give Fabinho more time. You don't lose world class overnight as Matt Parsons. No, and that's fair. Like, it might be by the end of the season that all this Amrabat talks for nothing, because Fabinho has been sort of playing well and is back up to speed. One more comment here from Peter Connor. We need more signings now, not the summer. I completely agree. But can you really think that Liverpool are going to sign Jude Bellingham in January? I can't. If there's one of those two players that I think Liverpool would be interested in January, it would be Enzo Fernandez. But his release clause is massive, isn't it? In fact, I've got something on this for you. Let me just see if I can find it. The Anfield Talk was saying Enzo Fernandez has a £100 million release clause and can be activated at any point, according to ESPN Argentina. Someone then replied and said, I read somewhere it's not a direct release clause, but more a buyout. So you can pay 103 million over a period rather than a release clause where you pay it all in one go. And the Anfield Talk have said that's right. Now that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Because maybe you could spread the cost of him out a little bit over the course of a couple of years. I don't know. Like, we're definitely interested in him. And I can totally see why. I watched a lot of Enzo Fernandez clips and stuff this afternoon, and obviously we've seen him during the World Cup as well. But one thing that I really like about him is it's his vision of the pass. I know the goals is what people sort of tend to be drawn to because he scores some absolute worldies, but he can be quite wasteful when you watch all of his shots as well. And a bit like, look, Coutinho was like that, wasn't he? And I'm not saying he's like Coutinho. I mean, Coutinho had lots of shots, scored worldies. You forgive him the lots of shots, but he annoyed you at times. Enzo Fernandez's passing is absolutely on point. His long balls, his switches of play are absolutely brilliant. The Thiago level brilliant at times. His through balls are just as good. His positioning's really good. Like he goes to the ground and tackles as well, slideys and all this type of stuff. He's a really good player and he comes up really well in the stats. As I say, I spent a few hours watching video clips of him on Y Scout this afternoon, where you can just pick individual sort of skills to look at. So just his shots, just his progressive passes, etc., etc. And I really enjoyed doing that. So then, look, here we go. Liverpool has Enzo Fernandez in hand, thinking about the summer market. Again, summer. According to Game, I'm assuming that's not the DVD place or the computer game place, the Beatles City's team promised to match any proposal that reaches Benfica and has the choice of midfielder to play under the command of Jurgen Klopp. So there you go. Game have told us, so it must be true. I'm going to move on quickly. I did a little bit of a comparison between Enzo Fernandez, Jude Bellingham and Jordan Henderson. And I know this is it's very numbers heavy, but I just thought I'd highlight some of the stuff in green for you so that you can actually see who comes out on top in all of these sort of categories. So first of all, minutes played. Fernandez has played more minutes than anybody, but it's not loads more than Jude Bellingham. He's got more assists. He's got more assists per 90. He's got more expected assists. He's got more expected assists per 90, although Henderson's is very, very close to him in that regard. Second assist and third assist, Bellingham comes out on top. Smart passes per 90, he comes out on top. Accurate smart passes, Henderson comes out on top. Key passes per 90, passes to the final third per 90, and accurate passes to the final third, Enzo Fernandez comes out on top. Notice how few Bellingham's got in this category, by the way. Passes to the penalty area, it's Hendo. Accurate passes to the penalty area, it's Enzo. And then Hendo through passes, accurate passes and deep completions. And then, just a few more at the bottom there. And a second one, Jude Bellingham shows up a bit more in sliding tackles and interceptions. Defensive duels per 90, Fernandez. Defensive duels 1, Bellingham. Fouls per 90, Hendo. I mean, I'm not is the best. Recoveries per 90, it's Fernandez. Opponent half recoveries, it's Fernandez. Now, this has all got to be taken with a little bit of a pinch of salt because we're not comparing apples with apples here, because Enzo Fernandez has obviously played in what would naturally be considered a weaker league, being and playing for Benfica in Portugal than Liverpool's Jordan Henderson and Dortmund's Jude Bellingham. But it is interesting, and there is somewhere, I think it's on StatsBomb and stuff, where they've kind of worked out, haven't they, how much better you need to be in these other leagues that aren't quite as good as the Premier League for it to translate. So if you're like, I can't remember because it was a long time ago that I looked at this, maybe a couple of years, but like maybe as an example, it was, well, if you're getting 1.5 times the stats of someone in the Premier League in a league, this league, then it will translate to 1 in that league type of thing. So I don't know. Liverpool's stats team will probably know better than that, but clearly he's a good player. And again, I just got another couple of visualizations for you this time. So I'm going to start off with Jordan Henderson in purple, Jude Bellingham in yellow. And these are percentile ranks, and you can see there the flavour of this one is that Bellingham comes out on top of Jordan Henderson in the categories at the top, where it's talking about his positioning, his goals, and shots per 90, goal creation, per 90, dribbles per 90. Hendo comes back in received passes, progressive passes, dangerous passes, accurate passes, passes per 90. So actually, it's quite similar. They're half-y-half. Bellingham's probably overall slightly better in that visualisation. Here's Enzo in purple and Jude Bellingham in yellow. Again, Enzo Fernandez comes out really well. Goal contributions, expected goal contributions, aerial duels, defensive duels, received passes, etc., etc. And it's the dribbles and the shots where Bellingham and the position where Bellingham comes out. So actually, even on that visualisation, they're really close. And maybe you would say that Enzo Fernandez comes out better off in more of the categories, at least half. And then finally, Enzo Fernandez to Jordan Henderson. And this is where the similarities for me is quite good, because obviously Jordan Henderson's quite high in these percentile ranks in these ones, but Enzo's a lot closer than Jude Bellingham was. While Enzo's obviously much better in the goal contributions per 90 stats and stuff like that. And that's where Enzo Fernandez plays. He plays majority of the time right centre midfield. And he's very much a player who could sit a little bit deeper and protect, but has the ability to play those through balls and get forward, box to box midfielder. And I think that's something that Liverpool's engine room has kind of been lacking over the course of the last maybe year or so, when Jordan can't quite do it at the level for as long. Great leader, great technician, still has got all the ability, but maybe his body is starting to mean that he's past his best now. And somebody like an Enzo Fernandez could come in and maybe just revitalise that engine room would be pretty wicked, I think, anyway. So hopefully you've enjoyed them as well. Face Southall says, Hendo in his 30s, due to teens, so I expect him to win most head-to-heads. You're absolutely spot on there. He probably should do, but we are talking about a generational talent in Jude Bellingham. And great point here as well, LFC Mav. On the eye test, Bellingham looks the absolute business, while Enzo looks like a youngster, I think, personally. That's absolutely fair. Bellingham, by the way, I'm not talking about eye tests here. Eye tests, Bellingham's the one. Smitten, completely fallen in love with Jude Bellingham and his ability. And the fact that not only that, he's an absolute leader and a monster for Borussia Dortmund. Last season when their senior players weren't pulling their weight, it was Jude Bellingham that was going into the training room. It was Jude Bellingham going in there and talking to them and starting to lead that team. He made that team his own as an 18, 19-year-old and started to lead. That doesn't happen every day. This is a generational talent, and that's why he is Liverpool's number one target. But it's also what I've shown you there is why Liverpool like Enzo Fernandez. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. That has been the Fan Interactive Show. I've just got one more thing to do and one more thing to tell you, and that is you have around about 26 hours left to get one of our knitted Christmas jumpers. They're on a flash sale. By tomorrow, if you're in the UK mainland at midnight, it's too late to order. So you need to get it done today or tomorrow before midnight. Get one of these knitted jumpers for 20 quid, and we can still get it to you before Christmas. So grab yourself a bargain. It was 38 quid, they're now 20 quid. The limited numbers available, and we can still get it to you in mainland UK before Christmas. If you just want one because it's great value for money, it'll probably it will get to you if you're around the world, but it may be after Christmas, but it'll still be there next year, and you can have that and hold that and keep that and love that. And why not? Why wouldn't you want one of our knitted jumpers? redmenmerch.com. A few other items on there like the beer mats and that you get before Christmas, digital gift cards if you want to give them to a red in your life. They will be delivered instantly, so get over there. And then finally, we need to set up a question for Paul while LFC Spectre tells everybody exactly how good our clobber is. LFC Spectre says, top lads, proper clobber, 100% facts, brilliant. Peter O'Connor says, all the best, Chris, bye, thank you very much. CFM 200, it's a great shout. Another great shout from him. Who says it'll fit next? I'll fit into it next year. Very good indeed. So there you go. That has been the Fan Interactive Show. We just need a question for Paul for tomorrow's stream. Has anybody got one? Joe, have you got one?
No.
Okay. Anybody got a question for Paul? I should have done this earlier on in the stream before I said goodbye to everybody. No? Damn it, I've left it too late. I've left it far too late.
Everyone's leaving.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to come up with a question all by myself.
Well, Face Southall says Paul needs to dance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can he floss?
Has Paul ever watched DC? Chris McAvoy, can he floss? Chris McAvoy, knee slide. Do you know what? Let's ask him if he can floss.
Okay.
That's the question.
And you want,
for Paul for
you
tomorrow.
want proof of on the show?
Obviously.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for watching me. Thank you, everybody who's got involved tonight. It's been an absolute belter of a stream once again. Love each and every one of you. Yeah, you're all legends.
Closer to Liverpool Football Club and the amazing city of Liverpool with Red Men Plus. More content for your eyes and ears, documentaries, extra bonus Red Men shows, podcast features, interviews. Get close to the culture of Liverpool Football Club on Red Men Plus.